Onondaga County District Attorney William Fitzpatrick issued a death sentence for innocent man Hector Rivas. Read Hector Rivas' petition for habeas corpus, shocking evidence against District Attorney Fitzpatrick and his expert Dr. Erik Mitchell. Evidence of perjury, 5 police reports and witness statements withheld and 911 caller identifying the killer. New trial was in fact a death penalty. District Attorney William Fitzpatrick would never allow this to happen. Read Hector Rivas' notice of claim filed against Onondaga County Jail, Justice Center, and doctors. Reveals unquestionable intentional torture of this inmate Hector Rivas, intentional indifference to inmate Rivas's serious medical conditions, precipitated his death.
This is Curtis Flowers, who was wrongfully imprisoned for 23 years and sent to the death penalty for a quadruple murder he reportedly never committed in Winona, Mississippi. Flowers was 26 years old when he was fired from working at a furniture store. 2 weeks later, the owner of the same store and 3 employees were all found dead inside. In no time, Flowers became a suspect and was later arrested and charged with the murder of all 4 victims. Over 6 different trials, all for the same crime, the final verdict resulted in guilty, and Flowers was sentenced to death. Investigators started looking into the jury selection, and reportedly the prosecution had racially discriminated during the selection of jurors across all 6 trials. This reached the U.S. Supreme Court, and it was voted to throw out the case based on the prosecutor had purposefully dismissed African American jurors from the trial. The judge granted Flowers bail, and he is now getting put on house arrest.
The only times that Mr. Flowers is allowed to be away from the location where he will be residing is if he's receiving medical treatment, attending meetings with his attorney.
And now, in 23 years, this is the first time Flowers is outside of prison.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so excited right now. I can't thank you all very much. Thank you all.
A year later, the state denied to put Flowers back on trial and officially dropped all charges. The state of Mississippi announced that it will pay Flowers $500,000 for his 23 years of wrongful imprisonment. This is Clifford Williams. He was sentenced to death and spent 43 years behind bars for crimes he did not commit in Jacksonville, Florida.
I just wanted to get out and be with my 6 kids. They was gone, and it wasn't nobody but them.
Williams was 34, and his 18-year-old nephew, Nathan Myers, were suspects in a murder and attempted murder. The survivor of the shooting claimed that she had been shot by the uncle and nephew, identifying them both by name. Despite having solid alibis, Williams and Myers were both arrested and charged within hours. No physical or DNA evidence pinned the 2 men to this crime, yet both men were found guilty. Williams was sentenced to death and Myers was given a life sentence. It wasn't until 43 years later, while they were in prison, there was a new investigation on the scene, proving that the ballistic reports from the crime lab didn't match the original testimony, and it was the only evidence pinning the men to this crime. And now, this is the moment that Williams and Myers have been waiting for 43 years.
Mr. Williams and Mr. Myers, the indictments have been dismissed against you. You are free to go, and we are adjourned.
After they hear that they are free, they hug each other and their team. Williams and Myers both received $2 million in state compensation.
Hector Rivas suffered in Syracuse jail awaiting new trial that District Attorney William Fitzpatrick would never allow to happen, because Hector Rivas was innocent. He knew this from the beginning when elected in 1992. Onondaga County District Attorney Fitzpatrick knew new trial of case he prosecuted in 1993 would reveal implicate both him and his medical examiner Dr. Erik Mitchell, who testified to non-existent brain slides. Evidence well documented ignored by Onondaga County Court than federal court judges, U.S. District Court for the Northern District of New York. All judges know District Attorney William Fitzpatrick. Many are close friends and have worked with him in the past for decades as District Attorney. Habeas corpus petition filed in 2000 by Hector Rivas reveals the personal bias for district attorney. Judges ignored all evidence of perjury, withholding evidence, falsifying evidence. Obvious evidence Hector Rivas's trial was a sham. Evidence that District Attorney Fitzpatrick withheld Brady material. Shocking violation of fair trial. Included District Attorney Fitzpatrick withheld at least 5 police reports, witness statements, and 911 calls pointing to the real killer. Hector Rivas was not released on bail pending new trial. Excessive, unreasonable bail ensured Rivas' death by proxy in jail by refusing to treat his serious medical conditions. Jail doctors' deliberate indifference to Hector Rivas' pleas for medical attention to apparent and obvious serious medical conditions precipitated his death before trial. It is a travesty of justice.